And we see in Luke 14:15, this will happen during the millennial reign when, all the evil's been vanquished. But Luke 14:15 says, and one of them that sat at meat with him heard these things. He said unto him, blessed is he that shall eat bread in the kingdom of God. Right? So we will be eating bread in the kingdom of God. We will be drinking wine or grape juice, if that's your preference, in the kingdom of God. And so there will be eating and drinking in the kingdom, in heaven. And so, but what about the verse in 1 Corinthians 6:13, which says, meats for the belly, and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them, right? That implies that we're not eating in heaven. But the difference is that we will be eating, but we'll be eating for pleasure in heaven instead of out of physical necessity. Okay, we will eat food because it's enjoyable to do so, not because we need it for sustenance. God will have our new glorified bodies, and He will still put that desire, the pleasure to eat, but it won't be out of hunger. It'll just be because we feel like it, because we want to. And so, according to Revelation 22:2, the tree of life will also be in heaven. It says, in the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month, and the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. This occurs in the new heaven and new earth. We'll be eating there. The nations will come to the tree of life and eat of it in order to be healed, in order to live eternally, and to continue. So remember also that Jesus ate fish with the apostles in His glorified body after His resurrection. And so we also will have that same body, and we'll be eating and drinking in heaven, and there'll be feasting in the kingdom of God during the millennial reign. And Luke 24:42 through 43 says, and they gave him a piece of a broiled fish. This was after his resurrection, and of an honeycomb, and he took it and did eat before them. Right? So that happened in his glorified body. So, that's the first part of the marriage supper of the Lamb. There is going to be a great big feast with Jesus after we've had the victory. Evil has been, pretty much vanquished, at least during that 1,000-year reign. We'll get to what happens after those 1,000 years. But when it comes to the marriage supper of the Lamb, we will sit down with Jesus if we are faithful. He says, I'll drink this with my disciples, and we will eat and drink of the fruit of the vine with Him, just as He spoke with His most loyal and faithful disciples.